Hi guys, welcome back to the I Don't Even Know podcast. I hope you're doing well. Today, I'm here to do another show every week, and that's The Sex Lives of College Girls Season 3. So this is Season 3, Episode 1. I was not planning on doing this, but, here we are. And I honestly was not even planning on really watching Season 3, specifically because of Renee. I watched the show last December for the first time, and it was because of Renee. Because I love Renee, I'm a huge fan, and I, heard about the show before, but it literally was just because of her. And I don't think I really would have watched it without her, or at least I wouldn't have cared as much. And I think it's her character, Leighton, and just her. That's why I started the show. And because, of course, she's leaving, and I think her last episode probably is next episode, or it could have been this one. I assume she's coming back for one more. But, after finding that out, I was like, okay. To be fair, I knew that when I was watching season 1 and 2 because I think it came out, a while ago that she was gonna leave, which makes sense. I know, her music career has really taken off, and that's her focus, and I get it, and, I don't blame her because she's literally incredible, so talented, and she should be, one of the biggest names in music right now, if I, don't say so myself. I think she should be a lot bigger, so I don't blame her for leaving the show, but knowing that she wasn't gonna be in a lot of the season really made me question my decision of watching the show. And don't get me wrong, I love the show even without her. It's just Leighton was such a good part of the show, and probably one of my favorite parts, and her friendship with all the girls, her growth, and just seeing her, come to terms with her sexuality and be confident about it. It was just so great. And I know, a lot of girls, gone through the same thing she has. And I think that's so incredible. And, that's why I love her character so much. Especially because Renee was going through stuff like that at that time as well. And, coming to terms with it. And she's, there now. And seeing, that, it's just, that was such a big part of the show, and probably my favorite, along with the friendships, of course, even though they fucked that up last season. It's just, I didn't know, basically, I said, I didn't know if I was gonna watch it. And it wasn't until, last night, it's I got back from Wicked, because I saw Wicked. First of all, incredible, show-stopping, you need to see it. Oh my gosh, I bawled my eyes out. So, I got back from that, and I was, in my room eating dinner, and I saw something on Twitter that it was out. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I started it. I got 5 minutes into it. I'm like, you know what? Might as well wait till tomorrow and then do this. Especially because I was planning on doing the Cruel Intentions show every week, but they dropped all the episodes at once. And I am just not doing that. So here we are. And I'm kind of excited for the season. I think I'm a little bit less because Renee's leaving and I love Leighton. But, I want to still have fun. I think I will because it is a comedy, and I don't watch that many comedies. The shows I watch, they have some comedic element in it sometimes, but it's mostly drama, and a lot of the shows I do on here are drama. I don't think I've done a comedy show, so I feel like it's different, and I think I'll have fun. I'm really hoping I do. I know a lot of people are concerned about Renee not being there and that they're not going to enjoy the show as much, which obviously I get. I'm kind of with them on that. But I do love the other girls. Not as much as her, of course, but I do love Whitney. Bella, I'm hoping I love her more this season. Kim really needs to redeem herself because she's pissing me off right now. So I guess, I will grow to love them more this season or grow to hate them more, as we'll see. But, as far as, with Leighton, I want to know if she's actually, going to MA team. Actually, no. She obviously is. But I want to know, what really, pushed her to, leave Essex. Because obviously, yes, it's Alicia, and we know that because Alicia got a job. or got a job offer working for the mayor of Boston, which is incredible, especially when you're in college. Like, of course, she's going to take that opportunity because it's not going to be there when she graduates, or it might not be. So, of course, she's going to take it. And I had a feeling when, like, that was brought up, that was going to be why she left. Because, like, obviously, like, throughout the whole episode, I was trying to figure out, like, how they were going to let her leave. So I thought it was going to be that, but then I also thought it was going to be because of her math class that's not there anymore. And because Essex isn't really a math school, she was going to University of Vermont 3 times a week to take classes. So I thought maybe she was going to transfer there and that was going to be her leaving. But going to MIT, I think, is great for her. And, like, I think that's the best thing. Because it's in Boston first. And, like, yes, they want to keep Leighton and Alicia together, which I do like because I like them a lot. But also, I feel like that's just such a great opportunity for Leighton. And, like, you could tell she got excited because MIT is incredible. Like, that's insane to get in. And it's, like, the fact that they think she's, like, good enough for MIT, like, that's probably just so incredible to hear. And, like, you could tell by her face, like, MIT. And it wasn't just because of Boston. It was because, yeah, like, that helps. Because then she can be with, like, with Alicia, and they don't have to do long distance. But it's also, like, MIT is incredible. Like, oh my gosh. And being that smart with math to be able to go to MIT, like, bitch, I know I couldn't. Like, I'm taking math right now. It's not my worst class because it is kind of easy because it's, like, basic stuff. But it is awful. Like, I hate it. So, I mean, if you love math and you're good at it and you can make it into MIT, it's an honor. Like, I think that's perfect for her, especially because of how much she's grown. Like, yeah, she's always been smart, I'm pretty sure, or at least I might be forgetting some shit. But, like, yeah, she was kind of a bitch at first, which I always loved her because I love the bitchy characters. But, like, seeing her grow and become, like the woman she is so great. And I think going to MIT and, like, that's how she departs would be the best. And obviously that is how it's gonna go. I hope we get to see it. Like I said, this could have been our last episode. I doubt it is, though, because that's gonna be really shitty if they do it. But you can tell they don't care about her character as much as they used to. Because there is no way in hell Leighton would dress like that. Don't get me wrong, Renee looked hot as hell. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm so in love with that woman. She's so hot. Like, oh my gosh. Like, what the fuck? But Leighton would not dress like that. That was literally just Renee, and I get it. But, like, you could tell because she was leaving, they didn't care. And they were just, like, letting her wear whatever she wanted and dressing her like Renee. And, like, I was fine with it because she looked great. And, like, she is leaving, so yeah. But, like, the outfit she wore at the beginning, like, the jacket and the jeans and even her hair, she obviously looked great, like I said. But Leighton wouldn't do that. She wouldn't wear something like that. Maybe to the party, but also not really. I mean, she looked good at the party. I know, like, she wore that to get Alicia to, like, realize, oh, I can't leave her, because she was icing her out, doing all that stuff to get her to stay. But, like, I mean, if I was Alicia, first of all, I get that she didn't want to get it away, because, or, like, not take the job, because it's Mayor of Boston, like, that's a huge deal. But, like, I would be very tempted to say no, specifically because of her. If I was Alicia and I looked at Renee, Leighton, in that, I would be like, okay, yeah, we're staying. Like, she looked hot. She looked so good. It's like, holy shit. Like, now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably good that Renee's not staying, because if she looked like this the full season, I would probably just be, like, talking about how attractive she is the whole time. Which even, like, when she didn't look, like, last 2 seasons, she was gorgeous as well. But, like, I think it's this look just makes her 10 times hotter. Or not that, it's just, I think she's more, like, her hair. It's the hair. I don't know. There's something about Renee's hair. The short, that, like, she always has now. Oh my gosh. Like, it's so Oh my god. I'm so in love with that woman, and it terrifies me. Like, I hope she doesn't leave. Or, like, no, not that. I hope she's in next episode. I feel like she has to be, because there's no way, even though, like, you can tell they don't care, there's no way they would just have her leave and not say goodbye to the girls and have, like, a little ending. Especially now that Whitney is going to move back in. Like, they're not going to have that and then have us not even get to see them say goodbye. Like, if they do that, that is so stupid. I'm going to lose my shit, because that's just so dumb. Like, a big part of the show is, yes, sex, obviously, like, we know that, but it's also about the girls' friendship. They can't do that. Like, they have to give us a proper goodbye. And then, obviously, Whitney's going to take Renee's bed. Or, not Renee. Oh my gosh, why do I keep calling her Renee? Layton's bed. And, like, I'm happy Whitney's moving back in, but it makes me sad that Layton's going to be gone. Like, with Whitney, I was intrigued to see, like, how it went with the sorority. I had a feeling it wasn't going to be her type of thing. Because, like, I don't know much about sororities. First of all, I don't really get the appeal. It's just not my type of thing. And I've talked about this in an episode that, like, my school doesn't have a sorority, but if it did, I would not join. Like, that's just not if you're into it, that's totally fine. Like, yes. But, like, it's not my type of thing. And I feel like it would stress me the hell out. And I have really bad anxiety when it comes to things like that. Like, from what we saw in season 1 of sorority and season 2, I specifically remember season 1, or at least I think I do. With, like, what we saw there, I had a feeling it wasn't Whitney's thing. And obviously, Whitney kind of knew it wasn't either. Layton was trying to get in. But, like, when she decided to last season, which I low-key forgot about until the recap. I don't know why. I remember stuff from last season, but some of the shit, a complete blur. Don't know why. It's been a long year. Man, it's been a year since I watched it, or almost a year, and it's been quite a time. But, like, with that, when she said, can I move in? Or, like, I want to move in next year. I was like, okay. I'm intrigued, and I want to see how it goes. I just don't think it's a good idea. It's like, yes, obviously she wanted to get away from Kimberly, which I don't fucking blame her, okay? Kimberly, pain in my ass. Like, that girl needs to get her shit together. I'm sorry. It's so annoying. Like, yes, she's better now, and I'll get into that in a bit, but, like, oh my gosh. Like, she pissed me the hell off last season. It's like, I get that, and I'm completely understand now part of it, but I knew she wasn't gonna last. Like, obviously she wasn't. Like, I thought maybe until episode 2 or 3. I didn't think it was gonna be this soon, though. Like, I think at first, like, the appeal of, like, the girls sticking together, and then when Kim came over to apologize, they all went after her. So I think that part was like, oh, this might be good. Like, I have people behind me. But then when she started getting Venmo'd, or, like, she had to Venmo them $80 because she had soccer practice and had to miss a meeting, and then because she wasn't going to wear baby blue and take a picture with them, she was gonna have to Venmo them as again. Like, that's when I kind of got, okay, this isn't it. Like, I kind of obviously got the vibe before then, but that's when I was like, okay, like, I get it. Sorority is a big deal. For some reason, I still don't get it. Maybe I will later. But obviously, you take what you're in college for, like, seriously, or more seriously than that. Like, she's there for soccer, along with whatever the hell her major is. I really don't remember. But she's there for soccer. That's, like, such a big part of it. And she's incredible, and she's trying to make a career out of it. You're going to make her feel bad about missing a sorority meeting. Like, I don't know what happens at sorority meetings, but it's not as important as your future. Like, yes, a sorority could help you get places in the future, like connections, but you still need to focus on the other thing. And, like it's just not, like, I'm happy she moved out. I kind of wanted it, like, a little longer to see more of it, because the dynamic was interesting, and I wanted to see how, like, she would fit in, but obviously she didn't, and now that her and Kim are fine now, we're not gonna see it, which, like, I'm obviously happy they're fine. I wanted Whitney to give her a harder time about it, which she obviously did, because they had been talking, like, the whole summer, basically. And, like, I don't blame Whitney, okay? Like, yes, that was her ex, and, like, yeah, okay. But, still, yeah, they weren't together, but you don't kiss someone that one of your best friends was with, unless they give you full consent, which usually they don't. I mean, at least I don't think they do. From what I've seen in shows, because I've never had to deal with this in real life. Don't ever plan on it. It never ends well. Like, they rarely ever give consent to do this. So, like, really depends on the situation. And, like, I'm mad too, because, like, Whitney and Kanan, I liked them. I did. And I thought they were really attractive together. Like, I think Whitney's gonna hook up with one of the new guys, or maybe they're not new, just a new character, which I'm here for it, because that man was attractive as hell. But it's like, I don't care how much you like a guy, you do not fuck up a friendship like that. Like, you don't. If the friend is a bitch and you're already gonna drop her, maybe. But if you're friends with her, like, best friends with her, and you want to stay friends with her, you do not do that. Ever. Like, what was running through her mind? Like, yes, I'm not surprised by this, because she literally was hooking up, maybe even had a relationship, I actually don't even remember, with Leighton's brother. Wasn't it Leighton's brother? I'm pretty sure it was. Like, she had a relationship with him, which, again, I don't blame her, because he was attractive. But, like, it is kind of weird to date your best friend's brother, especially when she doesn't want it. Like, I probably shouldn't even say that, because not that I've dated my best friend's, or my brother's best friend, or, like, anything like that, or my best friend's brother. Like, I don't do that. Like, no, like, I'm not saying that part, but what I'm saying, like, I ship some of those tropes hard. Like, my favorite ship of all time is literally best friend's brother trope, so I don't know what I'm saying there. But I think it's just the fact that Leighton kind of was against it at first, and, like, wasn't the biggest fan of it. And also, I just think she doesn't go after the best guys. You know, like, Kanan, he is a decent person, as far as I remember, but just wasn't the best choice. And, like, I get, like, Whitney wasn't necessarily mad about that. It was the fact that one of her best friends, like, made out with the guy who just broke her heart. Like, that's what's messed up. Like, if your friend or best friend breaks up with someone in, like, not mutual, but if it just wasn't working out and, like, she thinks you guys would be a better fit, gives consent, yeah. But if someone breaks your best friend's heart, you don't make out with them after that. And the fact that they were almost going to become a thing, like, I really thought this season they were going to be a couple, and I'm so happy they weren't. Like, I thought it was going to be an issue that they worked together and were friends, because it would going to be awkward. And I'm happy it was, because I didn't want them together. I don't see them as a couple. I don't know who I see Kim with, but certainly not that. And honestly, I kind of see her single right now. I feel like she needs to focus on herself and get her shit together. Like, she kind of needs to be like Bella right now. Kind of. I mean, Bella's trying to change, and I appreciate it. So I kind of need Kim to go on, like, the no sex, no boy train and kind of redeem herself and stick to the girls. Like, obviously that's not going to work, because it's the sex life of college girls. Like, obviously they're going to have a sex, they're going to hook up with people, make out, and they're going to do shit. But I feel like she needs to take a break. That's why I'm happy that Bella is sort of doing that. I mean, I think she's still probably going to hook up with people, but she's trying to redeem herself, and she needs to. Because, my gosh, that girl was all over the place last season. Like, she's always been kind of a mess, but last season specifically, like, my gosh, like, also her GPA 1.8. Like, oh my gosh. Like, that makes me feel so much better about... okay, to be fair, mine's not even bad. Mine's like 3.8 or something. Like, mine's not even bad. But, like, I see people with 4.0s and I, like, get upset that I'm not there. And then I see this and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm fine with my life. Like, I'm perfectly fine. You know? It's like, my gosh. Like, I'm sorry, how do you get that low? It's like, it's different if you have, like, some sort of learning disability and you can't, like, understand it. Like, that's completely different. And if that's the case, like, it's not your fault. Like, it's totally fine. But, like, the fact she could have a higher GPA, she's just fucking around. Giving hand jobs to people, fucking up her friendships with the comedy club or whatever. It's like, she needs to get her shit together, and that's why I really hope she does this season. And I know that was kind of like her main thing this episode. It's like, I'm changing, I'm gonna like do some good, I'm going to be better. I really hope they stick that out this season, like, stick through that, because she needs to. Like, I think, yes, quitting comedy was the best decision, even though technically she literally did get kicked out, like Layton said. So, I mean, she didn't really quit, she got kicked out. But I think stepping away from it is 100% the best decision for her. And I think that will help her focus on everything else. And I do think becoming a FAF is a good idea now. At first, I was a bit like, but after her, like, making Whitney and Kim talk and become better and, like, they're on good terms again, I think it's a good idea. Especially because, like she said, she fucked up so much and made such dumb decisions, and her being the FAF and giving advice to them might make them so they don't make the same stupid decisions. Like, when you're in college, you're free, so you do dumb shit. Like, I've seen people who do it all the time. Like, and then, like, maybe, like, a year after that or later, you realize, damn, I really fucked up. And then you give advice to other people and be like, don't do what I did. Like, I think if she really is going to stick this through and, like, do that, I think it's great. And I think it'll help her grow. I just hope she sticks it out and does not do anything stupid this season. But I know she will. Like, I feel like she's going to fuck up in some way. And I think it might be because that new Taylor person is going to, like, get in her head or something. And, like, I don't know how I feel about Taylor yet. Because I know she is, like, not a main, but she's a series regular because she's on the cover. And I know a lot of people said she's giving off, like, Renee vibes, which she was this episode for sure. And they're, like, getting her to, like, another blonde to replace Layton, which they could be. I know in shows when they cut people off or people leave, they always, like, try to get new characters to somewhat replace them. Does it ever really work out? No. Or from what I've seen, it really doesn't. Like, I guess we'll see. Like, all the new characters so far, we don't really know anything about them, to be fair. Because we haven't really, like, had time to introduce them. Like, that's the only one we really know. So I guess we'll see where it goes. I'm happy she's queer. I feel like there's never too many queer characters in a show, and I feel like we always need more, especially with Renee leaving. I think it's perfect for her to come in, and that's why I also think they kind of are replacing her in that with her. So I guess we'll see, but, like, I feel like she's going to piss Bella off and, like, get in her head and maybe make Bella do some dumb shit, or Bella will go to her, like, not go to her, not get in her head, but, like, talk to her and give her advice and make her, like, not be a bitch or, like, change herself. I don't know. I'm nervous because I really don't want Bella to fuck up, because it's obviously a comedy, so she will, but I just really want her to have a good season and not do what she did last season and be, like, a good character. And I want Kim to redeem herself, because she's still on my radar after what happened last season. Whitney, I just hope she has a good fucking season, because I love Whitney so much, and I just want her to have a good season. You know, she's not in a relationship anymore. She can fuck around. She can have a good time. Maybe meet a new attractive man who won't break her heart and who is not her soccer coach who is married. So, kind of forgot about that until it got brought up again. So, like, I'm just hoping the best for her. Basically, the best for everyone. I want to know more about, like, the new characters, and I assume we will next episode, because this one was basically, obviously, the start and kind of, like, fixing everything that happened last season that was kind of left open, and then also saying goodbye to Leighton, because that's such a big deal. And, like, I assume we'll get introduced to everyone. And, like, I want to know more. I mean, we already know more, but I want to see more of Lila this season. And I feel like we will. Especially because, like, Leighton's gone. I feel like she's going to kind of take, not over, but we're going to see more of her. Because I love her, and I think she's great, and, like, her comedy is perfect. And I just want to know more. Maybe more of her with the girls. I don't know. I just, like, my main thing is to not fuck up the friendships this season. Especially because, like, Leighton's gone, so they're already kind of, like, going to not have their issues, but, like, it's not going to be the same. So I want them to, like, you know, keep the friendship going, like, not have any issues. I feel like they'll maybe even get closer this season because they're actually sharing a room and not, like, having their own. Like, they all have one room that they're sleeping in, so maybe because of that'll help them. I'm just mad Leighton's leaving now because the whole summer they weren't really talking, like, all four of them together. They had a group chat with Whitney, and then a group chat with Kim, and they had lunch with Kim, lunch with Kim and lunch with Whitney. It wasn't, like, all four of them. And the last time we're gonna get them is next episode, because I assume after Leighton leaves, she's not coming back. Maybe for the final episode, but most likely not. And I think because Renee is leaving, this is the final season. Like, maybe it could get renewed. Like, I know people really love the show, and I do too, but Leighton is such a big part of the show, and it's the reason why people fell in love with the show. Like, Renee is part of the reason, and Leighton's storyline in season 1 and 2, like, that's what made people love the show so much, along with, like, the friendships and the fact that we had, like, a funny show like this. But it was because of that, and I am sad that we're not going to see it anymore, but I'm excited to see the rest of them. Manifesting good things for Whitney. The soundtrack is hitting already. Like, the fact that they got Chapel, crazy. Like, I need more Chapel moving forward, and it just fits so perfectly. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see next episode. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen next episode. I mean, I assume we get introduced to, like, the newer characters. That guy that Whitney kept looking at and was looking at her, they're gonna fuck next episode, or at least we're gonna get introduced to him, and then they're gonna hook up. I think we're gonna learn more about Taylor, see more about Bella, like, new goal and new self. And with Kim, really, I don't know, maybe we'll see, like, not really her and Kanan, but, like, see where they stand. I mean, they're not together, so I don't know if we really know that, but I feel like we might get introduced to, like, a new Kimberly love interest. I really hope they don't do that, obviously. Like, I need her to stay single and get her shit together and focus on school. But she loves romance, and she loves hooking up with people. So I think she's gonna find a new attractive person and fuck them. For sure. And that's probably gonna happen next episode, or the episode after that. I think by episode 3, Bella's gonna fuck up somehow and, like, hook up with someone or do something really stupid. I obviously don't, I hope that doesn't happen. Like, I want her to grow, and I want this season to be about her growing, but I know parties, hot men, maybe hot women, if they want to hook up with girls. Like Lila said, basically everyone had a glow up over the summer. And that's not good, because they're hormonal, and they're probably going to hook up with a ton of people. But, you know, it's fine. I'm here for a good time, because it is a comedy. So, even though I'm going to be pissed off, I want to enjoy it, because all the shows I'm watching right now are stressing me the fuck out. And I'm still traumatized by Outer Banks. So I want to have a good, fun show every week to look forward to. But I think that's it. So I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you so much for listening. And I'll see you guys next week. And I hope you all have a happy and great Thanksgiving.